Yo, welcome back to another Pokemon Scarlet Violet VGC video. I'm your host Jose Rocks, and today we have another episode of Journey Through VGC. The current format we're in is Regulation E. Y'all ready? Let's get into it. Alright everyone, we are back with a new team, and today we have Infernape once again. Now while this team isn't the same as the team that I hit number 1 with, it's just something else that I kind of built like a Trick Room core, and I kind of just like slapped like Infernape on it because I felt like it would be a good choice to help set up Trick Room with this team, and that's what this team really wants to do. So the Infernape set is going to be a physical set with Fake Out, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, and Mach Punch. Flare Blitz is really a good move for knocking Infernape, for Infernape to knock itself out. If your opponents are able to bring it down to Sash, deal a lot of damage, and then get a free switch in the following turn into one of your Trick Room sweepers if you set up Trick Room. So that's the idea of why there's Flare Blitz on a Focus Sash set. Close Combat is just really strong physical type damage. The fighting coverage is really good into like a lot of things in the format, whether it's hitting like Roaring Moon, which can kind of, you know, wall this team outside of the Ursaluna and Iron Hands, right? And then you have Mach Punch, which is also really good in the Chien-Pao. If Chien-Pao Sash is broken, it's a good way to just remove Chien-Pao from the field immediately. And a lot of the times they're not really expecting you to just go for a Mach Punch because most of the Infernapes that are going around right now are either special support or they're like a Choice Scarf set, right? And they don't usually carry Mach Punch. And then of course we have the Ghost Tera, so you can get around opposing Fake Out and get your Fake Out off. Or if you need to conserve your Sash in a situation to where Infernape is really valuable without taking 2 hits, then you can keep your Sash with the Ghost Tera to get around Fake Outs. Next we have Gyarados. So this Gyarados is going to be a little bit more offensive than what you're used to, but it still has a little bit of support with the taunt, which can still shut down like a lot of things that want to reverse your Trick Room or go for like Sleep Powders or like Amoonguss. And you have the Waterfall and Life Orb and Tera Blast. So the Tera Blast, Tera Flying with Life Orb is doing a lot of damage. It's similar damage to like the damage output that Landorus Therian is putting out when it goes for a Tera Blast. And a lot of people aren't expecting Gyarados to put out that much damage because they expect you to have like a Waterfall plus Thunder Wave and Taunt set, right? So just a little bit extra damage to hit a couple of things in the format that is really good into. So next we have Sinistcha. This Sinistcha is also a little bit different from how I usually run it. I usually run like a Tera Fire, but this one's actually going to be Tera Water. That's really the only big difference, but that gives you like a lot of different resistances into some of the things that like to stop Sinistcha from getting up the Trick Room. Next we have Iron Hands, a pretty standard set. We're actually going back to the Grass Tera Iron Hands, which is really valuable into like redirection under Trick Room with Amoonguss or Amoonguss Spores. Also like outside of Trick Room or just like things like that want to go for like a Rage Powder like other Sinistcha. Now you're not forced to just attack that mon. You can actually still hit his teammate, right? And they can't really protect it with Rage Powder in front of Iron Hands. Then you have Ice Punch to hit Landorus, which could also be kind of troublesome for this team. Next we have Cress. This Cress is going to be pretty standard as well. It has Psychic and Ice Beam. The Ice Beam coverage is very, very good into a lot of the format as well. There's a lot of things that are weak to ice like Tornadus, Landorus, other Ursaluna, Amoonguss, Sinistcha. Just a lot of different Pokemon that are weak to ice. And Cresselia, even though it doesn't have a lot of special attack investment, being able to hit those things with ice coverage is really good, as well as Psychic, right? Psychic is always good chip into things that are weak into it, like Okidogi or Amoonguss. Next we have Safety Goggles and Water Tera. The Water Tera is similar to like Sinistcha's Water Tera. It helps you survive a lot of the common attacks that are going to be thrown at Cresselia to try to knock it out before it can get a Trick Room. And just going for that Water Tera just ensures that Cresselia is able to survive. And then Safety Goggles is really good on the Trick Room against opposing Amoonguss teams. So this allows you to not be able to be spored by Amoonguss, but now you can just wake your teammates up immediately from Amoonguss spore, and they can't like really Amoonguss can't really thrive against your team if you set up Trick Room, because a lot of teams counters to Trick Room is to just bring an Amoonguss on their team and just switch it in on the turn that you're going for Trick Room, right? And then start to spore your sweepers. Now they can't really do that with Cresselia able to avoid the spores and also wake your teammates up. Last but not least, we have Ursaluna. So this Ursaluna is going to be a pretty cool set with Throat Spray. So Throat Spray means that you should always go for Hypervoice first, get that +1, and then start clicking Bloodmoon and Earth Power. and just be able to KO a lot of things that might not be expecting that +1 output damage coming from Ursaluna. Then you have the Ghost Tera. That way you're not slowed down under Trick Room in case they switch in like a Rillaboom or Iron Hands, and they can't click, you know, Fake Out into you. As well as you get rid of your ground typing and your normal typing, right? Which with your normal typing, you're weak to Iron Hands, Drain Punch, and with your ground typing, you're weak to Rillaboom's Grassy Glide and Wood Hammers. And now you're able to take those attacks fairly well as being immune to Drain Punch with the Ghost Tera. So that's gonna be it for a team breakdown. This team is really fun. I've already finished the battles with it, so I'm happy to showcase some games with it. And I hope that you all give this team a try. This is another way that we're going to be using Infernape. And as Regulation E comes to an end after next month, I am going to have about 1 or 2 more Infernape teams coming out, since this is my favorite mon. And I just kind of like got some ideas that I wanted to do. But that's going to be it for a breakdown. There's a runner code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. And let's get into these battles. Alright, so we have another opposing Iron Hands. So Iron Hands, Among Us, Arcanine, Goldengo, Tornadus, and Urshifu. So with the safety goggles, we can play around Among Us, right? I think this getting Trick Room up is valuable here, and like Sinistcha looks good too. I like Sinistcha because of his matchup in the Iron Hands and Urshifu. And I think if he tries to stop me from playing the Trick Room mode, that it doesn't work out well for him. Okay, so he gets a Intimidate off immediately. We're not mental hurt here, so we'll just go for Trick Room. Wild Charge Tornadus. Okay, good switch. Is that Among Us? Yeah, good switch. Okay. Now I want a Psychic Among Us. Switch in to Ursaluna. I'd much rather Cresselia have dodged that. I need to get Trick Room up though. So safety goggles come in clutch there. Finally, he switches that. Okay. So we click the good button here. Does the Mingus switch too? Perfect. Alright, so Tornadus is gonna taunt Cresselia here. Alright, so we're applying pressure here. What I want him is to spore into Ursaluna and not Tera. I was hoping he didn't Tera. Okay. It's a good play by my opponent, but I'm gonna go into Sinistcha. I can't afford to let Ursaluna go to sleep here. Oh, he didn't even taunt. I'm gonna just go for Lunar Blessing here, Hyper Voice. Yeah, because he's not going for a taunt. He's slowly stalling out my Trick Room. I really want to get rid of Tornadus. Perfect. He's still not going for taunt. I don't think he has taunt. I could have went for another Lunar Blessing there. Merciful. I'm just gonna Psychic Urshifu. At this point, like, I just need to get. I don't even need the +1 on Ursaluna. I just need to get a Trick Room, and it just beats Arcanine. This is perfect. He can't Spore me. He can't click Surging Strikes without taking a lot of damage. Yep, that should be game. Psychic is good damage here. Oh yeah, he's gonna knock himself out if he targets Sinistcha. But he targeted the right slot. His Urshifu's really weak though. It's not really doing anything. And now I can just get Trick Room back up. Amoonguss can't do anything here. You can't sleep my Cresselia. And this is why Safety Goggles Cresselia is really good. Because you can just sit in front of Amoonguss and wake your teammates up. So Mental Herb is the best item for stopping taunt, but he didn't even go for taunt. So Safety Goggles end up being crucial here. Yeah, you can switch Arcanine back out, but you're not really doing anything. Ursaluna, once Ursaluna comes in, it just KOs Arcanine. I could just Strength Sap Arcanine. Psychic Urshifu. Strength Sap Arcanine. Nothing he can really do here. He just went for a double. I mean, I don't know what his aim is here. Maybe he's just trying to knock out Sinistcha. But if you go for Flare Blitz, I mean, you're going to take so much recoil. And if you don't KO me here, then... Oh, you Flare Blitz. That's like that. Okay. And I just click Matcha Gotcha, which is super effective against Amoonguss. I'll click Lunar here, see if we get it off. I don't want to Tera yet because he can put me to sleep. So I just Matcha Gotcha here. Oh, my opponent cancels. Let's go. So we pretty much pinned him there. We didn't lose a single mine either. Yeah, if he had Taunt on Tornadus, he should have went for it. Because, I mean, he saw that I was Safety Goggles after he went for Spore. He just allowed me to Lunar Blessing. You're supposed to shut that down with Taunt. Alright, so we have Battle of the Trick Room teams here. I think Trick Room favors him more, so I kind of want to just come out with damage. Infernape could actually be good here. Did he even go for Fake Out? He did, okay. Right. As long as he doesn't hard switch, I think we're good. But I think he wants to go for Instruct Drain Punch into Ursaluna. So the Ghost Tera here should help us. We were slower than that thing. Alright, there's Torkoal. Alright, we're gonna try to reverse trick him here if we can. Because Torkoal just loses to this team if it's not in trick room. And he should be nervous that... Well, he didn't even Tera. So he's definitely not KOing Cresselia. I felt like he should be nervous that Ursaluna's gonna survive, so he should wild charge Ursaluna. I don't even think if he doubled. Yeah, he did double, but that shouldn't kill him. Beautiful. And now we have +1 Earth powers into everything. We'll just Lunar Blessing back up. This character looks like Baki a little bit. What are you gonna do, sir? What's your last? Are you gonna switch? If he Tera'd, he might would have got the KO with that double up. But I'm shocked he didn't double up the Ursaluna. And what is he saving his Tera for if he has it? He's saving his Tera for something else. Oh, we still have double Fake Out in the back. Oh, his own Ursaluna. Okay. I think I want to protect here. And Psychic that. I want to be able to like remove his Iron Hands without it getting another attack off into any of my Pokemon that are remaining, and then just be able to like 3v1 his Ursaluna. Okay, that was a good play. So he has Vacuum Wave, Life Orb, okay. I don't want to let his Iron Hands get another attack off, so, and I think it's Ursaluna, maybe Ghost Tera. So we're just gonna ignore it. Fake Out his Iron Hands. Yep. And depending on how much longer the sun is up, like a sun boosted Flare Blitz is doing a lot of damage. Yep. So luckily we didn't fake out that slot. Oh, Bloodmoon. Oh. Wow. Well, I think Ursaluna is the target here now. Alright, perfect. Alright, you survived with Infernape. Perfect, going faster. Woo! Alright. So now we close combat Iron Hands. Just to make sure it has to throw another attack into Infernape. Good job, Infernape. Woo! That Flare Blitz did enough damage for us to get that. So we're close combat now. So we don't kill ourselves, and he has to target me, right? Nice. Good damage. So now if he target Iron Hands, I just get another one off. Okay. But now my Iron Hands should win the war of attrition. Alright. And we just pick up the KO there. So that did get kind of scary with the crit, like, you know. Unfortunate, because my Ursaluna should be able to survive there for full health and just KO his Iron Hands. And then the game should be locked up from there. But we were still able to pull it out. My Iron Hands really didn't take any damage. So. Let's go, Infernape. Alright, let's get into the next one. Alright, so we have Dondozo here. The team's pretty cool. Dragonite, Chien-Pao, Dondozo, Testagiri, Rillaboom, and Bruxish. So Bruxish makes it so we can't fake out. Well, how does he deal with Sinistcha? Trick Room. I actually think Dragonite Chien-Pao is scary, but I want to go this. We're going to go to bottom 4 and just play it out. I don't think Gyarados offers me a lot here, and Infernape is going to go down. I could go for Ghost Tera, but it's going to... he could also Ghost Tera, right? I mean, I guess Infernape is good. Like, the fighting coverage into Dragonite going for Normal Tera, which is probably going to have to. But it's just not good into Dondozo. And if he leads into Dondozo, then Infernape is kind of just like dead weight at that point for that matchup. Okay, kind of what I expected. So I'm gonna go for Trick Room and Fake Out Dondozo just so he can't yawn. So he's forfeiting the Trick Room. Okay, but he has substitute. So he's a bulky stall Dondozo. Try to get some damage on the Rillaboom here. Perfect. So this is 2 super effective attacks into Rillaboom, which she's probably not expecting. It's good damage. More good damage. Almost a KO. It's gonna KO itself with him though. So Rillaboom's down. There's no Teras yet. Iron Hands is low. Did you not bring Tatsugiri? Would you really let me double Ice Attack you again? I don't think you would. Yeah, so that was just bait. So there's a Tatsugiri. But does he Terra here? So we played this perfect. We didn't get baited into a Protect on Dozo. We didn't get baited into attacking the Tatsugiri slot. So we're targeting right. Did we get this turn right? Because if he Terra, I could have went for Drain Punch. He didn't Terra, perfect. So I may lose Iron Heads this turn. But now I can bring Sinistcha out. So we know he's gonna protect this turn. I don't want to reveal Sinistcha just yet. And I'm tearing here just so we don't get one shot with a wave crash. Because if he's Choice Band Dragonite locks in the E-Speed, then Sinistcha automatically wins. Perfect. Alright, so we didn't click Bloodmoon there, so now I can click it now. Because it doesn't matter about the +1 if he's unaware. So he's full health again. decent chip. Special defense drop would be beautiful. That's a lot of damage. I think I gotta bring Sinistcha out here. He may try to go for the knockout onto that, yeah. Oh, it's still enough for the KO. So we're down to our last two, but we're both ghosts. It's probably an order up in the Sinistcha, but then I can strength sap him back. Only thing is I can't heal Ursaluna anymore. That's a good target. I need to get a special defense drop here. I wonder what his Tera is. If he's gonna Tera, he should Tera. I think a Bloodmoon crit could win me the game. If he has a Tera, he should go for it this turn. If he doesn't go for it. Come on, Sinistcha. A burn would help too. It's so close. Oh my god. Oh, we got the burn though. Does that help us survive? It is enough to survive. Okay. Can't click Bloodmoon this turn. Alright. Turn to Trick on my left, too. Alright, there's the Tera. Tatsugiri's still Tera. That's trouble. It is. Could have went for Earth Power. No, we miss. That's the one we needed to hit, though. Did we get the burn? We do get a burn. Okay. He missed. That's not the one we needed to miss on, though. Oh, he's Life Orb. I wonder if Testagiri's locked into... If Testagiri's locked into Muddy Water, we're in a good spot. Because, I mean, he can't really hit the Sinistcha. We heal all the way back up. Yeah, he's locked in the Muddy Water. Oh, what? That's doing so much damage. Muddy Water's doing so much single target. And that's enough to KO. Okay. Well played. That was a good match. We almost had it. Had I just protected Ursaluna, we would have won that game. Yeah, because I just needed to KO Testagiri. Still Tera was close. I should have just protected the scout. And plus, I would have got my Bloodmoon back, right? Well played by my opponent. Yeah, I had that game. I couldn't predict that I was going to get a burn and survive with Sinistcha. So that's probably why I was, you know, went with the attack. But I should have just protected. Or I could have just clicked Earth Power. But, all right, let's get into one final game. All right, we have our final match of the day. And Iron Hands, Flutter Mane, Ogerpon, Wellspring, Dragonite, Chi-Yu, Gyarados. I think Chi-Yu Flutter Mane is strong. I don't think you can KO Water Tera Cresselia though. Yeah, Ogerpon can't Tera in a Ghost Tera, so pretty free breakout. Could be Ghost Tera on Chi-Yu, but it's fine. Now we can Psychic you. Alright, so finish Ogerpon. Ghost. Oh my god, he got a crit. His Life Orb. But we do get tricked on that. Okay. You could protect her. I'm shocked he didn't protect you. Alright, so we do KO that. So hopefully Chiyu picks up the crest. We get a free switch into Ursaluna. Chiyu's doing so much damage. Dragonite. So my Ice Beam, Dragonite, and wow, Ice Punch it. We just want to pick up KOs at this point. We survive. That's a white KO. And now we still get Ice Beam chip into Chiyu. Chiyu's gonna KO one. Okay. And now we get Ursaluna. And this is the setup that we were looking for. Gyarados. Our hands looks crazy good here. Let me turn Trick Room off too. So I'm gonna Bloodmoon this slot. Wild Charge. If it protects her Chiyu, then that's a double protect. Yeah, we click Bloodmoon, so this should be a KO. Yes. And I didn't want to click Hyper Voice there for the fact that if it survives and gets another crit Dark Pulse, it will be in a bad spot. Then it can protect next turn. And then Chiyu's able to like clean up from there. So. Alright, and this battle canceled. Let's go. Beautiful. Once this team gets rolling, this team is really strong. It just takes some positioning to get it set up. Yeah, these are some fun games. So let's get into our mid-ray review. Alright, so getting into our mid-ray review. We were able to bring out Infernape, and it did pretty good for us. The close combat and the Flare Blitz was very essential to one of the games that we won. And the core, Sinistcha, Iron Hands, Ursaluna, and Cresselia are all really strong. Like, that's a core that you can put that for on any team with like 2 other offensive minds, and you're going to be able to do really good as far as like having like good Trick Room setup, good coverage across the board, and just being able to deal consistent damage to everything, right? We got Psychic, Ice Beam, Matcha Gotcha, Wild Charge, Drain Punch, Ice Punch, Earth Power, Blood Moon. We just have so much damage to hit so many common things in the format, right? And that's really valuable to a lot of the teams. The Gyarados set, it is going to be really fun. I did get to use it like in practice, and it was really strong alongside like Iron Hands and Sinistcha. But it did not come out today, but we're going to try to, in the next video, get a little bit more features with it and see if we can pick up some KOs. The idea is that it's really good into like a lot of the grass types that are running around and like the Ogre Ponds and things like that. And you're able to just remove them with a Terra Blast when they're genuinely not expecting you to have Terra Blast, right? And that's the value behind it. The Infernape is just a really fast fake out user. Of course, it's my favorite mon, so I kind of want to build a team around Infernape. This isn't an Infernape team. This team is mostly just something I put together. But I wanted to try to use an Infernape that wasn't Scarf and just see if we can get some wins with it, right? And I wanted to put something consistent around it. So this team is fun. And like I said, the Infernape, it does give you a faster fake out option against those Rillabooms that want to fake out Cresselia. And the safety goggles is really valuable when you don't have the covert cloak, so that Cresselia can get faked out or the mental hurt. So that's gonna be it for a mid-ray review. So far, I give this team an 8 out of 10. It does have some matchup problems when Trick Room gets stopped, but it does have some ways to play around that. But there's a rental code up at the top right, as well as a Pokepaste down in the description below. And let me know in a comment if you like Infernape, if you like Gyarados, if you happy to see, you know, Cresselia and Ursaluna and Iron Hands be able to thrive in this format. And let me know in the comment below. But that's going to be it. And I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, deuces.